but he's a fucking idiot.
How many pieces?
So many pieces. It was almost so many pieces this morning.
Too many pieces.
He's also the idiot that likes to wake up garishly early.
Oh, that's Cowboy too, like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Kristen, why are you bringing this wrong with you?
Drinking coffee.
Like, okay.
I'm gonna test it out.
Gotta test it. It's gonna be really cold with that.
That is fine. I am warm.
Okay.
Damn, bro, our hands almost touched.
Well,
Well, indeed.
Can you find love in a Tacoma?
Can you? Yes.
Hello.
You guys good?
yeah. It's just a bunch of stuff.
It is just a bunch of stuff.
Good talk.
I feel like we can just get into it.
Did we
Yes.
start?
Yeah, we start before we even get in the truck.
Just get into it. That we are gonna run out of shit before we get to Dutch Brothers.
Yeah, maybe. We did. I stalled a significant amount.
You stalled?
We did stall. But their cold open is there, though.
It didn't really feel like you stalled. It just kind of felt like you guys hung around in that cellar for like. I was expecting you guys to kill those guys and move on immediately. Like I was expecting that to be maybe 30 minutes, and that was
then-
it was 2 hours.
And then
Was it 2 hours?
It was 2
Oh my
hours.
God.
a one-off comment about, might be nice to have some olives, turned into
Okay,
more.
so Murphy beat Morris. Thank you. I was like Morales? No. Beat Morris and took a look at his shoes. Jordan was like, "Hey, yo, you don't want those shoes? You're not gonna be able to use them." And Murphy was like, "I mean, they're shoes, but no, I'm not gonna take them." Or did he take them?
He did not.
He didn't take
He
them.
did not take the shoes off of the unconscious man.
Jack and Marshall both were by the guy who was unlocking the door. Jordan went with Murphy to go collect his money, and Jack went to go collect his money. And then we walked through the door, the oh-so-anticipated door of many lockpicking attempts.
There's 3 lockpicking attempts.
So few
For which we had a
lockpicking.
key eventually. We just needed to wait.
There was a key available. He said just wait till after the fight.
Just
We
wait,
were in
just
a-
wait.
Lockpick
Just please
it
wait.
anyway.
I think it was Llewellyn and Jordan that stepped in. And it was just a little closet room with a bed. We were like, oh, okay. But there was a door on the opposite side of our entrance. So we said, okay, let's continue on, I guess. Open up the next door, and there are 3, is it pronounced Onisi?
Cat folk?
Yes. Onisi? Is that how you
What are
pronounce
you
it?
saying?
The cat folk, like, name.
The gang is the Yomisi.
Yomisi. Okay.
The cat folk do have a name, but it's not Yomisi.
What is it?
It's Niasi.
Niasi.
Or
There we go.
Neonsi. Like,
Nyan.
Nyan.
neon.
I see.
You know, like, yeah.
Through Niasi. And Jordan was trying to be like, oh, hey, what's up? And they're like, hey, get out. And then Jordan was like, okay. And then everyone else was kind of filing in after her. And they're like, hey, get out. And Jordan's like, are we getting out? Are we fighting? What are we doing? And then initiative rolled. And then we kicked their asses, because there's only 3 of them. Marshall liked to just walk up and then slap the crossbow out of their hands.
They were all 2 levels below you and
Outnumbered.
outnumbered.
So we did bully them.
So again, I thought this was going to be like, boom, like way
Boom.
fast.
Well, and then we searched the room and we found a funny little box. And then we,
What was the funny little
Marshall
box?
stabbed
Oh, right.
himself in the. Who stabbed themselves?
He didn't get... He got stabbed.
He
He,
did
didn't
get
stab
stabbed.
himself.
The
All right.
box was
To be
trapped.
fair,
It
it was
was
a knife on a spring.
Yeah. And I mean, he should have. Honestly, he should have seen that coming.
Should always
But
check for traps.
he opened it up. He got stabbed with a knife. There was a bottle in there, and we spent a very long time trying to figure out what was in the bottle.
Yeah, going forward, Marshall's really going to need to use his eyes and ears just to look for traps.
Yep, that really is going to be something he has to do going forward.
Yes. So Marshall got a really cool bottle that he can uncork and smoke comes out and gives concealment to your square, which
Partial concealment.
is still
Better.
really
Yeah.
good. Really, really good. Really cool. said it was what, 3 times a day?
What?
The bottle, how many times a day can you use it?
I think it's 3. It might be 5. I don't remember.
And then moved on to the next room, which was like a little storage cellar.
I just want to interject real fast. They're totally right. They thought we were getting coffee first because it would make sense to get the coffee first because the food's going to be cold by the time we get coffee.
Shit.
Yeah.
I do use
Pull a
her.
Yui, yeah.
Yeah,
We're going a long way to Dutch.
That's up to you.
Even if it's like better and she's like
that's fine with me.
I also don't mind.
But the other day
A little length.
A little. I know I was going to say slightly cold.
Oh, I see.
But if you would like to do a Yui,
I will do a Yui.
Let's go. Should we warn them?
nope.
Hey,
I
guys,
got it.
U-turn. Hold on tight.
Warn them about the U-turn. More than halfway through the U-turn.
We're going to coffee first. You guys were right.
What?
You guys were right. We're going to coffee first.
Oh my god.
So,
The audio's gonna be so fucked on this.
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
We
I used to use paper.
Go for it.
go into the next room. The room is like just a storage area. Jack kind of, there's a lot of like all of the stuff that they need for the bar is in there, so they can pull it and then bring it back up to the top. Murphy goes around searching for alcohol that he can drink. I think he finds moonshine,
He does.
and it almost kills. It doesn't kill him because he rolled maybe. Yeah, exactly. But I think he then said afterwards if he rolls an at one, he's dying.
Yeah.
And then he also found a tab.
He did find
Yes.
tap. Yeah.
Did he take the tab?
I'm almost certain he did.
He didn't do anything with it.
He didn't.
But he took it.
And
And
now
he
he-
forgot that he had it, like as soon as he took it.
Also fair.
Because I think that's when the olive thing happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Jordan wanted to perceive around the room, and found a jar of olives.
Because Jack said that he wanted olives.
Yeah, a jar of olives hanging out on top of a tower of crates and such. And so Jordan rolled an appraise, and Marshall rolled an appraise, and both of us thought that that jar of olives was like a godsend, immaculately preserved jar
Aged
of
olives.
aged olives
From Hytellum.
from Hytellum. So Frisk and Jordan come up with the elaborate plan of let's both use Mage Hand, grab the jar together for the most amount of security
Okay. I was gonna say, why were both of you grabbing it?
In case somebody failed.
in case someone failed or did something stupid, and then in the event that both of us did something stupid or something went awry, Marshall's going to be under it to catch it. And then Jordan rolled a critical success to cast a cantrip and was just able to hold the jar by herself and also open the jar with a single Mage Hand. She used one of Jack's. I have to keep thinking it's Jack, not Johnny, because she calls him Johnny.
You can just call him Johnny also then.
Yeah, that's how Jordan calls. That's what Jordan
All right.
So yeah, Jordan takes one of Jack's blow darts and uses it as a toothpick to get olives out. Gives one to Marshall, has one herself, gives one to Jack. Did she give one to Frisk?
Yeah.
I think everybody
We were
got
all sorely disappointed.
except for Jack. That was exactly what he expected, was just an olive.
That's true, yeah.
Jack wasn't impressed.
Not disappointed, but wasn't impressed.
It was a olive.
And then Jordan was trying to get Murphy's attention to include him. He rolled a praise on the olives, also thought that they were stupendous, and then once he tasted them, they were just aye. So after our olive adventure, there was a door south of us because there was another room. There was another closet in this room that we were in, and we completely
I would
ignored
like
it.
to say, when you walked into that room, you perceived, I did say twice, that there was a door leading south, and there was a door to what you could think was what looked like another closet, and nobody paid attention to that.
Yes.
And it was also completely visible on the map.
It was.
Completely
Yeah.
visible.
Everyone was just like, oh, guess we're going south. Into the next
In
room,
my
full of
defense,
enemies.
I thought that they were looking for the olive in that closet, so that's my bad for not being like, oh, what's that? I think it was more funny this way. Because then we go into the next room and we put our ear to the door and we hear two of the catfolk talking. And then I think Tristan rolled another like nat 20 linguistics to understand
Jordan
what
also
they were
just
saying.
knows the language.
Yeah. But essentially, they were just like, oh, it's so lame that we have to hang out down here until our boss gets here, and that guy's just in the closet. Whoop. Boring. And so then we avoid the fight, and then we go try to find the guy in the closet.
And we're like, damn, where's this closet going to be? Do you think there's a closet in that big room?
We did have a really high lockpicking check in order to get that door open, though.
It wasn't that high for the level you were at. I mean, it was high, but it wasn't like...
It would have been high for me, because I do not have that much in the disabled device.
Yeah.
But
thankfully, we always have Marshall to rely on.
Thankfully, Marshall will always be there.
What a staple.
Although I do have to ask, what was enchanted on that door? Because
the lock and the handle.
Oh yeah, push people back. You try to open the door and
it shot me back.
Nice.
Well, technically, I was using the description of, I think it's force. It's like force ball or force explosion or something like that.
Nice.
It's effectively fireball, but just force, but it was just in one direction instead of
Nice.
AOE.
But eventually we get that door open. We go inside and we find the dude. The dude is both like very eager to get out and also kind of nonchalant.
He's tied and gagged.
And we undo part of that and we're like, yeah, get out of here. He's like, I can't leave yet. You gotta kill all the cats first, or they're gonna come get me. And it's like, they're gonna come get you anyway, aren't they? Yeah, but this time.
Yeah, but
So then we do have to actually go in and kill those cats.
Oh my god,
not
you
at all
talked to
what
him
happened.
so long.
That is not what happened at all. He
Please
did not tell you had to kill them. He just asked you to stay and protect him.
Well, that was part of it. He had to take him out.
Murphy agreed, and so he was like, "Oh, you're gonna stay for like drinks and stuff, and like you'll stay here for the rest of the night until tomorrow." And Murphy was like, "No." And it's like, "Oh, well, like okay."
What if I give you 4 drinks?
Yeah, what if I give you 4 drinks? And then it was, what if I give you 3 drinks? Yeah. But regardless, he never told you to kill those cats. He was totally content. Like, it never once did that come out of his mouth. And he's like, yeah, I need you to kill everyone in here. I just need you to stay and protect me.
At one point, he was like, you need to take them all out.
I know, and then at one point, you guys were just like straight up like, yeah, we're leaving. He's like, well, okay, I guess I'll just get fucking dunked on again then.
Don't you want to know where your next location is?
Yeah, that was the thing. He
said
said it was the train station by accident, and it's like, oh.
But then he also told us there was something else we needed to know.
He didn't. You gaslit yourself into that. I noticed that as we were playing. I'm like, I never said there was something else. I noticed that as we were playing that you just started saying that there was a second thing. I'm like, I never said there was a second thing.
I did gaslight myself.
That I think was a 20-minute circular conversation.
I wasn't going to correct you, but like I never said there was a second thing, and you just went on and on about this other thing, and that's like the whole reason you were talking to him. I'm like, okay, guess we're doing this.
And so Jordan, Murphy, and Marshall were like, okay, we're gonna go beat up those cats just to beat up those cats at this point. So we go in there, decimate them, dancing around, slapping weapons out of their hand, and shooting them in the leg.
They also went down pretty easy.
Yep.
Jack did not go with, and instead the whole time stayed and argued with that guy even more. Incredibly uselessly.
This is the most dead I've seen this place.
Yeah. Goodness.
That was closed for a second.
Wow.
Oh, are they closed? No, it's just that one.
Do we want to park because we got people in the back?
Probably a good move.
Okay, gotcha.
It'd be a little awkward to scoot the car up just a little bit.
They walk. It's fine.
I've never seen one of these places absolutely empty.
Right? Whatever.
Great dead air.
Yeah. Well, I'm driving. Anyone else can talk.
That's fair. I was watching very intently.
Watching. All right.
But I texted him this morning, like, something. There's a low-hanging fruit joke about the British and taxation without representation.
Huh?
And I'm wondering if I could get banned from Etsy if I actually say it.
No, the British are like the whitest white. They'll be fine.
Are they taxing you?
She wants to just charge me extra to keep the set that they sent by mistake. And it's like, no, I just want the fucking set that I actually paid for. But, she was like trying to make it sound like such a sweet deal. She's trying to charge me the price that they are now.
Dead ass, just leave a really bad review.
Like, I'm going to. But not until I finally get my other dice. But she tried to make it sound so sweet and stuff. She's like, how does that sound, dear?
How does that sound,
And like, she sent me the link for the upcharge and everything. And I'm just like,
Okay, fuck
I
off.
just want the dice that I already paid for at the price that I already paid for them.
Yeah.
Just
no.
end of story.
Yeah, I would just leave a bad review now. Because then that actually
Me
lights
too.
a fire under their ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say then they
Actually have an
oh, shit.
incentive. Because otherwise you're just being docile across the pond.
Well, here's the thing. I'm waiting
Be an
for her to
American.
actually get back to me.
What'd you say?
I'm waiting for her to actually get back to me. If she doesn't answer me back in the next 2 days, then I'll leave a review.
Nice.
But, I mean, it's not like I actually care.
You should.
I do.
It's the British.
Okay, I care a little bit.
If it was anybody else about the British,
This is a generational slight that has happened.
a generational slight. Yeah, dating all the way back.
No, I have nothing against British people.
My ancestors got all of that angst out when they fought in the Middle War.
You see, we didn't get that.
Y'all came over too late. Sorry.
That was it. Well, yeah, it's 'cause my family is Scottish, so they're still technically under that rule. Didn't leave when they coulda.
They're trying.
My
Again.
family's just Dutch, so British forced us to be Christian.
Damn.
I mean,
That's most of it.
the British didn't do that. I mean, they did later, but they didn't force it. That was the fucking Romans who did that.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck those Romans.
But back to what we were talking about.
God, where did we leave off?
So we got the cats. We killed the other two. We didn't kill them. We're doing
Knocked them
non-lethal to the
out.
best of our ability.
Knocked them out.
It worked to the best of your ability for a good session and a half.
Yeah.
Went.
Took the dude back up to his deal.
Oh, right. Murphy, Jordan, and Llewellyn got the unconscious cat dudes and stowed them away in a boat.
We went and talked to Earthquack again and picked up a few more things before he said he was going to ship out forever and still didn't remember us.
I mean, he only talked to you because I was under the impression we were talking to him and then also like later doing the cat thing, but no, it was happening at the same time. Jordan had been helping with that, so
Yeah.
Jordan's not there.
And then we all slept in one big room.
Yeah, 50 gold for a bed. I was just like, you know what? I'm tired. Here's the gold. Goodbye.
That's how he gets the gold.
Then it gets immediately stolen by cat people and they come to collect the next day again.
The robbery before the collection.
What a vicious cycle.
So our next stop was at
He
this.
can never pay off his debt if he keeps getting robbed.
Exactly.
That's the
And-
point.
He's always in debt.
The next stop was at the stadium. And in order to get to the stadium, we could walk, which was going to take like, it said it was like 8 hours or something like
If
that.
it's on the other side of the city.
Yeah. Or we could take the
It
troll.
wasn't 8 hours. It was just a few hours. But
Oh,
It was going to be less convenient
over streets in the middle of the night, which has already been established, is not a good idea.
for us. The one time we have walked on a street for any amount of time, we got stopped by the police and then ended up killing clerics. So
Oh
I
yeah, speaking of
feel-
which, the second that we woke up and left, we ran into some cops.
we did run into some cops, yeah.
Dirty Andy.
Dirty Andy.
Classic.
On his
New fan
way
favorite.
Who was the sidekick?
to go get sloshed.
Reggie?
Reginald.
Reginald. There we go. Which I think was one of my
Doesn't
favorite
speak
character
much.
interactions, because we all learned our lesson for the most part. So, and most people were staying quiet. I think it was mostly just Marshall that was trying to talk to the cops.
Well, they
Oh no,
stopped
and then it was Murphy
to
because
talk to Murphy.
Dirty Andrew's brother is Morris,
Yes.
and he was like, "My brother told me that he kicked your ass last night," and Murphy was like,
Yep.
"Yep,
My man
that
swallowed that
sure
As a
happened."
refresher, he didn't.
Yeah, no, he did not actually. He got pretty demolished.
I do like how he was very like making making snide comments throughout the rest of the conversation. Like, oh no, yeah, it was very one-sided. Oh no, yeah, it was a very decisive fight or something like that. Like the entire rest of the time he was just talking about how he was putting Morris down, but you know he was able to just swallow his pride for
Yeah.
that first sentence. So the entire rest of the time he could just sort of subtly dig. I like
Murphy,
that.
incredible character.
And
Can't believe
then,
he's the main character of this campaign. I was not expecting that.
I like it.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
As long as he
Support it.
doesn't die.
I'm about
That's what
it.
matters to me right now.
He's not going to die.
He
Sorry,
really
Allison.
cannot.
I promised Dawson that if he dies, he gets to play Eustace at level 17. So I can't. He won't die.
He's not able. He will not be dying.
If he dies, instead of boulders falling from the sky, a cleric that casting resurrection, true resurrection, will just fall from the sky
and bring him right back.
Yeah, it's like, oh, sorry.
The only time that's allowed in the New York
My
campaign.
god just picked me up and threw me over here and told me to cast true resurrection on you.
It's like the I don't know if you've ever seen in Morrowind, like 5 feet outside of the first town, there's a wizard that falls from the sky and just hits the ground.
Yeah.
And you can take all his stuff. It's just that.
Nice.
Oh my God.
He just has a scroll of true resurrection that says for Murphy on it.
Poor Murphy.
Jordan picks it up. I think I need to use this on Murphy.
Yeah. But so everybody was doing a really good job of keeping their mouth shut for the most part. And then at one point, Dirty Andy turned to Reginald, which was his like partner, and said, "His name's Reginald." And that was, I think, the moment I was like, I want to talk now. And so Jack said, you actually know his name. It seems like you don't.
Yeah, and then Jordan would just don't speak.
Don't
Like,
speak.
Just in the most menacing tone I've ever heard. It was actually
And then Dirty Andy rolled low enough that he didn't hear that.
Rolling that one, yeah.
That interaction in general was just so great because we had Murphy, who was like intentionally lying but also telling the truth in order to not piss this guy off. We had Andy squinting at Llewellyn every 10 seconds just to see if he recognized him, because Llewellyn rolled like a crazy high disguise, so that because he is an officer.
And Ricky's whole build is around disguise because he's an undercover cop.
Yeah, so he didn't get his cover blown.
But I kept, because I was just trying to get the 20, but it never happened. But about every 5 minutes in this conversation, I stopped talking and squinted.
Yeah.
And then rolled the dice.
And I loved that.
And then at one point, what was it? It was something along the lines of.
I hope it picks up the background conversation in the back of the truck.
I hope.
There's only one way.
The mic is pointed toward them, so.
A little bit.
What was it though that it was something along the lines of
The battle bus.
Dirty Andy saying something like, "Oh yeah, we appreciate you guys just playing ball" or something like that, or making some sort of baseball.
Yeah, he said, are we in the right ballpark?
No, yeah, it's like.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere, he said somewhere in that ballpark.
And then Jordan was
And
like,
I did that on purpose.
yeah, and then Jordan was like,
Bait.
ballpark?
Yeah, and then you said ballpark, and I rolled perception to hear you,
Another
and rolled
one.
a nat 1, and I was so fucking angry because I did it on purpose to get you to slip up like that, and it worked, and then my perception was 1. I was so fucking sad.
Oh
I screamed.
There was another, what was it? This was the Llewellyn, a moment where at one point, this was way back when we were still under the bar, but I think we were talking to the cat folk or something, and we are rum runners, we do illegal shit, that's part of it. And then the one was like, got him right now. Arrested him.
Hello, I was just writing it down oh, confession.
But yeah, and then Dirty Andy was like, we're gonna go to drink, and he's like, oh, you mean a drink of water? Yes. And he's like, no, I do illegal
Alcohol.
stuff. I hope Llewellyn wrote that down
Dirty
too.
Andy.
My brother is a pit fighter, and I actively am aware of his activities. I'm going
He does his pit fights below a speakeasy.
I'm going to go have a drink with him right now.
Actually, no, you can hurt it by
I'm Dirty Andy. What do you want?
Dirty Andy. I thought it was just because he was gross.
No, he's a dirty cop.
Dirty. Filthy.
Boy, got germs.
You,
He goes in the sewer.
sewer.
Oh yeah, he
Yes,
does go in the sewer.
He does go in the sewer. He is the only cop that'll go down in the
Yeah,
sewer.
he's the only one. That's why they call him Dirty Andy.
Yeah.
Also because he's a dirty cop.
Yeah. He
It's
likes
a
going in the
multifunctional
sewer.
name.
It's
I
fun for
appreciate
him.
that.
Which, how terrible is your life if you think going into a sewer filled with plague-infested rat folk is fun?
I never said he said it was fun. You guys have just made that assumption. Maybe he hates it.
Yeah.
Maybe he
A lot
has
of
to.
assumptions.
We did make a lot of assumptions.
Yeah.
To Barrett's Friends of Sex Cult.
Oh God,
Dirty
we didn't
Andy
even get
enjoys
into
going
that.
in the sewer because he likes rats.
So what's the new theory? The Barrett is the name in bed?
Yeah.
He's a pimp. Yeah.
He's a pimp, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Scaliana's just his main lady.
Can I put this in the cup holder and not?
Yeah.
Alright, one sec.
I think I did. Appreciate it.
I hear you did.
Okay.
So
So-
we finally leave the docks.
Right. Left the docks.
You already left the docks.
We were talking to Dirty Andy. Jordan went from incredibly menacing to her boyfriend to trying to crack a joke with her boyfriend. And then eventually, Jack did just keep talking and talking and talking. And the entire party just slowly left one by one until Jordan was literally like, "All right, love, let's go." And then we went to the trolley area.
Yeah, we got there.
If only we had just decided to use that spell that I had.
Honestly.
Yeah. Well, we got there and we're like, oh, let's go figure out how to turn it on. And Marshall tried to turn it on, but he rolled bad, and so
Like
he
a
thought
nat
that the
one
switch was like under the
engineering or
tram.
something.
Probably a good
No,
thing
he
to
didn't
know
roll
here.
to try to turn it on. He rolled to find the switch.
Right.
Is it's literally
He thought it was under the.
So he got under it, and the rest of us found out that it was actually like a
Switchboard behind a desk. That
But-
was separate from the tram.
The one that specifically would take us to the baseball park was missing.
Yes.
And then who would walk up but Cosmin? The Tenebrae?
Tenebrae. Wanted to make sure that Murphy was there and available, and we're like, yeah, what's up? He's like,
Say that's a good name.
yeah,
Tenebrae or Cosmos?
both.
Tenebrae is just darkness in Latin.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't mean it's not cool.
Forgot about that one. Yeah, because so there's ChatGPT that.
But yeah, he's looking for Murphy, and nobody's telling him where Murphy is.
he's
And
like,
then
is he safe? And we're like, yeah. And he's like,
Sure.
all right, cool.
Oh yeah, well
Well, my
then,
boss is coming.
and then Murphy walks up anyway, and so he goes over to Murphy and he's like, "Listen, you got to give me some money right now." And then you guys gotta like get out of here, okay?
Well,
Because
he was telling him like, hey, my boss is coming and he's going to try to kill you because you're not going to give up your barrels. So you can give me some of your money that I know you have a fuckload of.
yes,
And I will go try to pay him off so he doesn't try to kill you. And Murphy was like, okay.
but we were a little too slow because the boss showed up anyway. Emil and his goons.
His goons. Good God, that diving board that no one else saw but me.
It really was a shame we had to kill him.
So he had all of his guys up at the stairs,
With
aiming
muskets.
muskets at us. And we're like, okay.
Thank you.
We had a very brief, tense Marshall trying to like sneak around the southern side, and Murphy also trying to sneak.
And then Jack trying to talk to him, which was essentially like just trying to lie. It wasn't working because he very clearly knew everything that was going on. And then eventually, Cosmin came over to us and we were trying to like whisper like, "Hey, listen, buddy, are you on our side or not? Like, we're gonna take this dude down. Are you helping us or no?"
Jordan was like, "Do you want a promotion? Like, we can create this power vacuum and you can take it."
Yeah.
That'd be
Not really how it works, but
Look,
to
we can
to
drink.
make it more clear, because I don't think anybody caught on. Andre told Emil about.
I figured.
But you guys didn't tell him how many barrels you had. But who was in the bar before you guys were?
embarrassed.
Who was?
Barris, who is
The Barris.
really loud.
Bro. If he ever shows up again, we're gonna be like, "Look, you're mad at us.
So
You were the blabbermouth here now."
I didn't put that together, but that's why I was. But I
I figured it was
Gathered
Andre.
enough
I just
that-
thought that we were stupid and talked.
Cosmo literally told you it was Andre.
Yeah.
no. I knew that it was Andre that talked. I had a grudge against Cosmin until Cosmin was like, "Arr." And I was like, "Oh, okay. You don't actually."
Yeah,
wanna-
Cosmo's just doing his job. He didn't know Murphy was involved in this.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, okay. All right. Well, let me try and create a power vacuum for you.
And as soon as he figured out Murphy was involved, he immediately was on your guys' side.
Yes. So then we decided we were just gonna take down the big boss.
And so, after much difficulty, a lot of us were able to get onto the staircase that they were at. Marshall was able to get up with Murphy. Marshall was slapping muskets away. Was able to grab a musket and then. Okay.
I remember what happened. Marshall grappled the guy. Murphy charged the same guy and broke Marshall's grapple. So Marshall didn't have to grapple him anymore. So Murphy was holding him. Marshall disarmed him. Marshall disarms him. The guy right next to him blows his head off. Marshall disarmed him and rolled a nat 20 and blows that guy's head off.
Yes.
With his own musket.
With his own musket. And then the gunner immediately right next to him.
Marshall says, that one doesn't count.
Marshall says that one doesn't count, and the guy right next to him sees his friend get his head blown off and immediately blows Marshall's head off.
Yes.
Rolls a crit with a musket. So,
And then Marshall died. Marshall fucking died.
Marshall fucking dies.
SMH.
SMH.
And it took like 3 or 4 rounds for Chris to find out about that,
Well,
unfortunately.
to be
Yeah.
fair, she was downstairs.
She was.
Yes.
She was far away.
On the
What
other
a
side of the map.
dramatic moment
Had
that
also
was.
tried to talk him,
Yeah.
the boss guy.
That's just ringing in.
But that's what happened.
I mean, there's not much else.
Yeah. We finished the fight. We killed the big boss man.
Cosman gave Murphy a coin
And a kiss.
and a kiss.
Obviously a kiss.
And Murphy drank and passed out.
Yeah.
So we,
Frisk
Jordan
was
and Llewellyn,
sleeping over the body of her dead husband.
yeah, Jack was trying to comfort her while Llewellyn and Jordan were carrying Murphy's body onto
Cosman
the.
helped carry him.
Yeah. And then he
Thank
gave us the
Cosman.
thing so we could finally go to the baseball park. But I think we're going to make a detour to dispose of the dead body first.
No, I put it on one of my magical horses and then
Right.
sent it off, and then it probably
Who knows
just
where?
fell in the street somewhere.
Yeah. So they'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
But how-
Oh no, not clap. I was so used to all the pauses that we did.